They call themselves the International Union Security Police and Fire Professionals of America. Well, they're not a union. That's misleading. This is a government organization that was started by the government. Likely the CIA and the Defense Intelligence Agency. And I'm looking into that more. But here's just a few divisions of the SPFPA. The Department of Energy, NRC Division. The Department of Defense, NASA Aerospace Division. The Department of Homeland Security is a division of the SPFPA. And the list goes on, folks. Here's this is a new one that they added, a new category. Casino Hotel Industry Police, CHIP. SPFPA's Casino Hotel Industry Police Division represents casino security professionals nationwide. Casino Hotel Industry Police are a specialized group of officers who must be licensed by the Gaming Board Commission to work in a casino. CHIP officers maintain responsibility to protect visitors, property, and the billions of dollars that flow through these casinos each year. So here they say that it's their responsibility to protect the visitors, the property, and the money.
We're going to turn to dramatic new developments in the Las Vegas shooting, sparking new questions about the police response. Investigators now say the gunman shot a hotel security guard 6 minutes before he opened fire on innocent concert goers, not after. Our senior justice correspondent, Pierre Thomas, is in Washington with more on this. Good morning, Pierre.
Robin, good morning. As you said, there's been a significant change to the timeline, which potentially has a major impact on how the massacre unfolded.
This morning, it turns out that Mandalay Bay security guard Jesus Campos was actually gunman Stephen Paddock's first victim. Shot and wounded a full 6 minutes before the killer started raining gunfire on the unsuspecting crowd.
Mr. Campos was encountered by the suspect prior to his shooting to the outside world.
Last week, police touted the guard as a hero who, unarmed, happened upon a shooting in progress and alerted police. Wounded, narrowly escaping after being fired upon with 200 rounds.
I can tell you, there's not a doubt in my mind that he stopped that suspect from continuing to fire.
Now that understanding and timeline completely...
They're saying that, they're trying to say that Campos was, now that they changed their timeline, Campos was the first one he shot at, and now this cop just said that Campos stopped the guy from firing. They're contradicting themselves.
Changed and a new host of critical questions. How quickly did the guard notify hotel security? And was there an opportunity for armed security personnel or police to confront Paddock before he started shooting?
It actually creates more of a mystery as to why he stopped after 11 minutes. But it also creates this picture of why didn't someone get to him in that window before he actually started shooting.
This as investigators a week later struggle to find a motive and any evidence that Paddock had accomplices.
We have uncovered over 200 instances of the suspects traveling throughout Las Vegas, and he has never been seen with anyone else.
A number of investigators suspect that severe mental illness.
We know that was a lie because we uncovered that there were 3 females assigned to 32-135. So now Lombardo is saying that the guy was never seen with anyone else. That's a lie.
May have been a primary catalyst for the shooting spree.
With so little to go on, the focus on the suspect's mental health intensifies. Sources telling us authorities want to know every drug the killer may have been taking, and there may even be an autopsy to examine his brain. Robin?
And FBI behavioral scientists are now getting involved, Pierre?
Robin, a team of behavioral scientists are examining witness interviews, trying to figure out what happened to this man's mental state that may have contributed to the killing.
All right, Pierre, thank you.
Why didn't you report that? Why didn't you respond to that? Why were you oblivious to that? So they're saying that he was the first one shot. Well, that brings up another problem. That brings up the problem of the Ellen interview, where Campos says that at first he thought it was just drilling and like they were working on something, and he's referring to the shooting. Well, Campos, I thought you were the first one that got shot. So if you were the first one that got shot, when you got shot, did you think that was drilling? The LVMPD or the FBI or whoever conducted the investigation after they evacuated everybody, basically looted all the vendor stands.
Right as the gunfire shot off, we were the first ones to see something happen, saw a casualty, and unfortunately from there, it's just when you're in that state of mind, survival, your mind just blanks out for a little bit. Then what you have to do is you have to kind of grab yourself mentally and say, hey, we need to take action. What do we do? Do you escape or do you just hunker down right there? And what we did, we just hunkered down right there. Kind of gathered ourselves. As that was going on, you saw people in a chaotic situation, just like running into each other, not even knowing where the exit was, and just sheer panic broke out. Hearing about it is one thing, but physically seeing something like that, it's just so intense. The hat booth was in the pathway of people leaving. Although we weren't directly in the pathway of the exit, we were near it, and as the panic broke out, well, it's understandable people weren't thinking correctly. So as they ran out, they had to kind of just go through the easiest escape route is their mind can think of, and one of them was directly through my booth. Some people grabbed the tables, threw them over to the side. Understandably, I could see how you have to get out so fast that anything physical that's not a human life that's in your way, you're just going to trample over or move it out of the way. And unfortunately, that's what happened to us. So the day after came, and my first intention was get back to the booth. I need to get back to where my product is. That's my life. They let me know that this was going to be something that absolutely nobody was allowed into. I took it with a grain of salt and I said, that's fine. It's very understandable. A month and 4 days later, I was allowed to go back into the venue to reassess the situation. I walked in, first thing I saw was just horrific. It was my booth turned upside down. It was quite a loss we took, I'm not gonna lie about that. And right now I'm in the mode where I just gotta move forward and keep working festivals, because we can all stop, but the bills don't stop.
Out here on the sidewalk, and all of a sudden there was I thought fireworks, and then I saw a window come out and glass shatter everywhere, and then 2 or 3 more windows came out, and then an open machine gun fire out that direction. You could see the blinds from the window kind of shooting out.
Did you see him shoot anyone?
I didn't see a person, but they were shooting towards the concert area, and I don't know if they looked to be going higher than that, not down, but that probably was 200, 300 rounds, and interspersed in between while maybe reloading or something, there was interior gunfire too.
So that was interesting. That last witness reported a window being shot out or broken out, and then 2 or 3 more. So that would mean a total of either 3 or 4 broken windows or removed windows that were put back in place after the shooting. So we're talking almost at least twice as many windows being fired out of, according to that particular witness right there.
We're there, Jason Aldean was performing, he was like 10 minutes in, and we heard what we thought were fireworks, and it looked like smoke from Mandalay Bay, and then he kept performing, and then we heard it again, and they cut the music, and everyone said drop, and everyone dropped, and then everyone just got up and they said run, and everyone started stampeding and charging and knocking over grills, jumping over fences, getting out. We ran past Tropicana. We tried to run into MGM, and then everyone ran out of MGM saying there was shooting, and we tried to run this way, and the same thing happened, and then we just hid in a bush for like an hour.
Every other night at the concert, everybody kind of exited right off Las Vegas Boulevard. That was standard. That was routine. You get out of the concert and you go down and go into the next casino. Well, at 10 o'clock, they closed every exit on Las Vegas Boulevard, every single one. They gated them all closed with chain link fences. 10:08, the shooting started, and it was we were pigs sitting in a corral. We only had one exit to go out of, and I don't think one patient has been able to leave without giving another statement, myself included. As soon as I got discharged, there were 2 federal agents that wanted to get another audio statement when I left. And I'm telling them the same thing I'm telling you. I definitely believe there were at least 3 to 5 shooters, and 100% there was not just one person shooting from the 32nd floor.
Let's go to Google Earth. All right. So here is Mandalay Bay. Here's the 100 wing, the 200 wing. Whoops, the 200 wing is here. The 300 wing is there. So let's count this down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's 6 floors down from the top of this beam. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. We're probably looking at right about here. So if he'd have got an adjoining room with 235, where he requested a room, he requested a 235 room. If he would have got a 234 adjoining room, guess what, guys? Can't hit the venue, can't hit the fuel tanks. And reality is he didn't need to break the windows in 134 to shoot the fuel tanks, because that's what the FIT report tries to convince us of. We'll go to that. At approximately 22:08, he fired the first shot at the fuel tank. He missed. Fired the second shot, the third shot, and the fourth shot, missed. How you miss the fuel tanks from there is beyond me. The fifth shot hit. That was the top strike. The sixth shot hit. That was the lower strike. And then 7 and 8 he missed. So he's only 2 out of 8 hitting those, shooting at those fuel tanks with a 308 with a scope. Now, has anybody ever wondered how they know about this? How they know which shots hit and which shots missed? We know. Yeah, we know. We know. Okay, so anyway, getting back to this whole situation here with room 134, you can't accomplish what they wanted to accomplish, which was to give us 2 rooms, 2 broken out windows, 2 video surveillance systems. And what were they trying to show us? 2 shooters. Now something went wrong, okay? Something went wrong. Okay, something went wrong. And they had to stick with the one.
We also know that there was 3 females assigned to room 32-135, and they covered that up. In the body cam footage, we hear an officer say that he found a white platinum credit card bearing the name Mary Lou Danley, but they covered that up. They claim that Mary Lou Danley is in another country or something, or they don't know where she is. But the truth is, she wasn't far at all. We know that the helicopter cam footage has been tampered with and they removed the audio. The audio would contain the radio transmissions. And look at what we have right here. They're taking 3 females into custody at gunpoint, and they're going to handcuff them. Look, they got 1, 2, 3, 4 officers holding these females at gunpoint. Another one on standby, and then one handcuffing them. And now they're going to get the third female. I find it very interesting that we find out that there was 3 females assigned to 32-135. And here they are. They're taking 3 females into custody. They're relentlessly looking for either someone or a group of people. They don't want us to know who. And now get a load of this. Watch this. A 4th person that they're going to take into custody. Here it is in the helicopter cam footage. You can watch this entire helicopter cam footage. It's in my playlist. It's one of my videos. I uploaded it directly from the source. What do we see here? Well, we see somebody who, you know, this is IR, infrared camera footage, so you know it's not very clear, but we see somebody that appears to be pretty darn tall, Caucasian, and in my personal opinion fits the general physical description of the real Stephen Paddock. Shoes are kicked off. This appears to be a military-style duffel bag, and these are gloves. As the camera swings around, you'll be able to see that those are gloves. We don't find out who that was. We don't get the backstory to it. We don't get the outcome to it. They hide it. They cover it up. As you can see, they're moving in on this individual armed. And I just find it interesting that this guy, that they're still looking for someone. This is well after the footage of 32-135 with the body cam when they go into 32-135. So this is well after. And they're still looking for somebody relentlessly. And they don't want us to know who. Well, I find that very interesting.